Boom, boom, boom. No rapper can rap quite like I can. I take a muscle bound man, put his face in the. Yeah, I'm bad. El Cool J was serious. I remember that album. Oh my goodness. That album hit so hard. It was like, are you serious? Rock the Bells. Oh my God. I'm going to go listen to that one. Yeah, that was LL Cool J was crazy. I know most guys can sit up here and be like, oh, he only made music for women. Now, when it was hard, like that Cars Ride By with the booming system, stop it. Stop it. When that record dropped, man, it was just like you was fronting and you was riding a school bus. With the Sony Walkman joint. The good old days, the 80s. All right. So we was in the association talking about the Phoenix Suns. They went 49ers and they fired Frank Vogel for something I feel like wasn't his fault. They tried to use the excuse that he got fired because he lost to the Timberwolves and they hadn't won a game and yada, 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 when the guys in the locker room really didn't respect him. And no matter how much of a tough guy routine he tried to pull, collective eye rolling and towel throwing was around the corner for him. So Frank, find another job. But we're going to jump from the association into college football. Brian Kelly says that LSU, they're not in the market of buying players. Now, again, this is one of those dumbass moments that I can't seem to get over when you say we're not in the business of buying players. Get over yourself. Get over yourself. And all of this virtue signaling, I can understand from fans when they say stupid stuff like, oh, it's for the love of the game, or take care of football and football will take care of you. But when you start saying this kind of stuff, it's almost like you're a true believer. It's like you really believe the BS. And this is out of Football Scoop, by the way, in John Bryce, and it's a great article. When it says in here, Kelly, his model doesn't include LSU to get in the portal by a football team. Come on, man, you're virtue signaling. And let's just be adults right now and strip off the naive veneers. You've always paid players. If you think people went to Kentucky and Lexington where it's cold, there's not anything to do, it's only one or two places you can go. One of them being Louisville. Guys from Kentucky who come to Kentucky from out of state ride to Louisville to have fun. Shocker. Or the Comedy Club, which is Comedy Off Broadway down in Lexington, which is a very good comedy club. But other than that, there's really nothing to do in Lexington. They go because they have a pro opportunity. And it may be money under the table. No, it is money under the table. But now, since everything is out in the open and there's no shame, now people are, oh my God, this is disgusting. This is awful. Really? Really? Now, Brian ran out of Notre Dame for LSU, and he started shooting his mouth off. I didn't come down here because we were going to jump into the NCAA portal and buy a football team. This was about developing the football team, putting in the system, the process that was going to last for a lifetime. Shut your dumb ass up. Really? Shut your dumb ass up. What kind of legacy did you leave at Notre Dame? Honestly. Your shining achievement, Manti Te'o, and I think a couple other linemen made it to the league, but you built a system that disappeared in a week. Now you sitting here running your mouth talking about I came down here because we wanted to build a team that will last forever. Come on, man. Sit your dumb ass down. I thought this was all about wins and getting the top kids and building a contender year in, year out. Now you put your foot in your mouth when you say you aren't going to, quote, buy a football team. The nerve of these coaches. This is just pure cartoonish behavior. I mean, it's almost like it's almost like you're in love with this girl. She does everything you always wanted her to do. She's the most wholesome person you know, and everything is good. The food is good. The laughs are good. The sex is good. But then you find out that she's like gangbang Betty. Hey, oh, how could you? No. People don't get good at something without practice. Oh my God, these dudes. Oh, anyway, we'll be back when we take a quick 20 from an unofficial sponsor of the show. This is Big Bird. Drop the spot. Subway, eat fresh, refresh. Download the app, order online, or visit your good folks at your local Subway. Feeling like a Subway footlong today? Try the steak and cheese footlongs at Subway. Also, use your reward points because you can count those points towards free food and other Subway merchandise. Subway, eat fresh, refresh. All right. So, just when you thought he was done being dumb, and virtue signaling, oh, the sanctity of college football, sir. How dare you? Yeah, get your weird ass out of here. Is it that's clearly the goal here is to be part of the 12 teams. Each year, you are putting yourself in a position to be one of those 12. You're referring to a playoff system that they just put in place. And so why not just sit up here and say, hey, look, I'm trying to build something where we're constantly in the playoffs. That's it. That's it. And it took me a while to even get there. Like, what the hell is he talking about 12 for? Oh, that's right. He wants to go ahead and be one of those 12 teams. Certainly the SEC is an important part of that, winning the SEC and being SEC champions. But at the end of the day, you want to be one of those 12 teams because it gives you a chance to win the championship. And that's what we're playing for here at LSU. We're playing for champions. End quote. Sit your weird ass down, bro. You're not going to win the SEC. Let me stop you right there. At times, when the conference is really good, there are about 3 or 4 teams out of the SEC. The top 2 blue bloods, the Alabama Crimson Tide, and the Georgia Bulldogs. And they're going to crush your skull. They're going to crush your skull. You can throw Ole Miss in there. You can even throw LSU in there. So you all are those teams in there. But now you have Texas, Steve Sarkisian. Now you have Oklahoma and Brent Venables. So it gets a lot more complex. And if you all are playing each other, every year you find a way to dodge each other with these out-of-conference schedules. Texas A&M is retooling. Florida's gonna be Florida. I got nothing to say about Billy Napier. Every time I like Billy Napier, but God, that dude. South Carolina's on fire. They got something to prove. Can can this thing be any more complicated than that? And when you got all of these teams and they're stacking up that weaponry, and you're sitting here virtuously, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to play. I'm going to play the guys that I think I'm. Yeah, man, that's fine. But don't be mad when 5 stars don't want to go to damn Louisiana. I swear, when I was inside it had no walls. I just couldn't help myself. How could you be gang bang Betty? No, I'm just playing. Somehow I don't believe Kelly. Now, if you got to spend money to make money, and if all of your competitors are taking advantage of the portal and building a roster year in and year out, the fact that you refuse to just shows that you're not serious. But I am serious. I am serious. So yes, the Tigers need some reinforcements along their defensive front, and they could possibly take a player from the portal at 1 or 2 positions of need. But Kelly is adamant that this is not a sustainable model for his program. One guy who you can throw, he throws everything in the face of that logic, is Jeff Brohm at Louisville. When Jeff Brohm came to Louisville, and he actually came home because he's a Louisville guy. He played high school ball in Louisville. He played college ball in Louisville. He went pro, and he went to Western Kentucky and then Purdue. And then when he finally came home, taking over for Satterfield, which had left the program in tatters, Brohm went heavy in the transfer portal. And he built Louisville up to a 10-win team in one season. And he's continuing to do that. Everybody's only beef with him is that he likes old veteran quarterbacks. And that is Brohm's problem, is that he likes them to a fault, where he will go ahead and start those guys over anything. Because Plummer was bad. But Louisville's offense, the surrounding pieces were very good. And I think that is the only knock on Brohm you can go ahead and throw out there. But when you say, this isn't sustainable, come on, bro. This is where I call horse shit on Brian Kelly. To quote the great linguistic scholar, Conor McGregor, you take the transfers and you like it. Sit your dumb ass down, bro, and pay these kids, man. Cut them checks in 2024, because we all know boosters run the show. And they're going to go ahead and give you so much change. They're going to give you a little leash. They're going to let you run wild. Going to have your little, I'm so serious moments. But then after a while, it's like, look, cut the shit. Here's the recruiting budget. Go out and get this kid. This is how much money you have in your NIL collective. Hit the road. LSU bought in just 7 transfers in 2024. And that class, and that landed as the number 42 class out of the portal. He went out of his way not even to make it competitive. His dumb ass was talking about how he's not going to go into the portal. And if LSU suffers for it, and LSU is having a down season, this is pretty much what he's doing. Now, is if things do turn down that avenue, he can always say, oh, well, I refuse to buy players. And again, we did it the right way. Just pay the damn kids. We'll be back. This is